We're playing some Take Your Pick. Start with your former team, the New England Patriots. They got themselves a quarterback battle on their hands. Could it be the rookie Mac Jones? Could it be the veteran Cam Newton? Could it be we really do have a QB conundrum up there in New England? Bill Belichick was asked yesterday about his signal callers, and in pure Belichick style, he cleared everything up perfectly. Take a listen.
Every one of us has to go out and establish our level of performance in whatever our role or capacity is. So it's a new season. We've done some things in the spring, but this is really the start of football season in terms of the team building part here in training camp. So we all have a lot of work to do. That includes all of us. So until we go out and do anything, then it's pretty much a clean slate.
All right, Brandon, there are your choices. Who should be the Patriots' Week 1 starter, Cam Newton or Mac Jones? Take your pick.
I love Coach Belichick. I love everything he said. That's one of the reasons why this team has been successful for 20-plus years. And Coach is including that, right? He threw himself in that. Look, Coach has to get this right. He didn't have to worry about the quarterback position for 20 years. He had Tom Brady. Because this is a position where these guys are, their psyche is a little fragile. We talk about it all the time, like, oh, why do you have to check in with them when you want to draft a quarterback or bring in someone else to compete for the starting job? So he has to get this right. But my answer is this: the best man. Now, if this was Russell Wilson and his backup, or Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, then that's an easy answer. But Cam Newton's coming off of a couple of down years, okay? But then you have Mac Jones coming in, and Mac Jones, we don't know what we're going to get out of Mac Jones. But what we do know is the dude has it all in between the ears. This dude can go out there and be 5 and 10 steps ahead of everybody on the field. Now, it's going to take time for him to pick up where he left off in Alabama, but this dude has something special that can translate in the NFL. Cam Newton is a guy that obviously has been a playmaker when he's been healthy, so you have to go with the best man. They have 5 weeks to figure this out, Coach.
Yeah, it's interesting because Bill is one of the only guys, or maybe the only guy, that can get away with saying that there's a quarterback competition without saying there's a quarterback competition, and with saying that everybody's under the same guidelines. And by including himself, I don't know if he's going to be assessed the same way the quarterbacks will, but we'll see. Anyways, I think that at this point it's probably best to start Cam Newton. I know that Cam struggled last year, but you hear from multiple people within the organization the impact that he's had from a character perspective, from a chemistry perspective. And if those things are true, in an ideal world, you want to give a rookie quarterback as long as possible to develop. And Cam started out last year really well, and they were explosive early on and did a lot of good things. So assuming that it follows the same trajectory, if not better, because Cam's in year 2, I think that's the way to go initially.
Yeah, I'm with Coach. I got to go with Cam Newton on this one. And look, you can always, if Cam struggles early, go to Mac Jones afterwards. That's a lot easier and better for your team, your locker room, and your future than starting Mac Jones. And if he struggles in the first 4 or 5 games, benching him and going to Cam Newton. Now you've got the whole New England fan base in an uproar. Did we take the right guy? Is he not that good? And you just create this controversy and drama that doesn't need to be there. Cam is a leader. Everybody in that organization, on the team, Belichick, they all seem to love him. He's got a chip on his shoulder. I heard him talking on the I Am Athlete podcast about he understands this is it. He's got to go out and get it done. So I'm going with Cam.
All right, I'm going with Cam too, right? He's healthier this year. The shoulder should feel better. He was on IG talking about how he feels healthy. Hopefully there'll be no COVID concerns. 2, he's got another year with the playbook. So now, you come in, things are going full speed ahead. He fell back a little bit in COVID. The playbook got away from him. So now he's got a full year with the playbook, so he knows Josh McDaniels and stuff they're going to run more. 3, Patriots spent $150 million in free agency, so he's surrounded with new guys and more weapons on the offense and defensive side. So, Coach, the question is this for you. Cam was benched 3 times last year. and it didn't seem like Stidham was the guy, so Cam always got back and was starting again. If that happened again, and you put Mac Jones in, do you think Belichick would stay with the game plan that he ran last year? With like, yeah, Cam was benched, but he's our starter. Oh, then he got benched again. Cam's our starter. Got benched a third time. Cam's our starter. Or do you think once you bench Cam, you put Mac Jones in, Mac Jones is the guy from here on out?
One of the great things about Bill, and one of the things that makes him so special, is he doesn't care. He doesn't care what people think externally. He doesn't care how much pressure there is. He is going to make the decision that's best for the team. Remember, this is a guy who benched and then cut Bernie Kosar in Cleveland, which was borderline sacrilege in this area. And then it's the same thing with Tom Brady. When Drew Bledsoe came back, it wasn't about, hey, I got to give the veteran guy who has a $100 million contract an opportunity to play again. He said, I'm going to stick with Brady. So he has that ability to do that. So I would imagine if he does have to make a switch or makes a switch and it's not working out, he's going to go and try the next thing or the next combination, whatever that looks like, whenever that is, to make sure that you maximize that $150+ million worth of guys that you brought in and the talent you have on the team.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Move out west to San Francisco, where camp is opening, but rookie quarterback Trey Lance still unsigned, which means Jimmy Garoppolo remains QB1 for now. His head coach Kyle Shanahan talked about his quarterback yesterday. Take a listen.
Jimmy's going through OTAs, what he's done. I mean, he's our best quarterback in the building right now. So he'll start out training camp that way, and we got 3 other guys behind him. We're going to give Trey the first chance, obviously, as the backup. And anytime a guy's playing a lot better than the guy in front of him is when you start to split reps up with that team and start to talk about it. But, Trey's had 7 practices with us, and haven't seen him for 40 days. So not thinking about that right now.
Ooh. That's not great. 7 practices. Brandon, who should be the 49ers Week 1 starter? Garoppolo or Trey Lance? Take your pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same theme, and that's the best man. You got to go with the best man here. And here's the thing, and Coach, you know this. Coaches absolutely hate not having their guys in camp, especially rookies. So Trey is behind the 8 ball right now. Only 7 practices, and he still isn't signed. Coach haven't seen you in 40 days, so you're behind the 8 ball. They absolutely hate that, and you know that, Coach, obviously. But here's the deal. Jimmy Garoppolo has to do 2 things. He has to stay healthy, and he can't be a slow blinker. What is a slow blinker? Slow blinker is somebody who can't process. We don't talk about that a lot when we talk about Jimmy G, because we're trying to figure out, why does Coach keep flirting with other quarterbacks? Tom Brady last year, Matthew Stafford just a month ago, he was talking about how he wanted him. He was upset how, Matthew Stafford handled the situation or whatever. Why does he keep doing that? Well, because Jimmy G doesn't process the way he should. That's the reality. So if he does those 2 things where he leans in to managing the game in between his ears and stay healthy, we may not see Trey Lance the entire year.
Well, that's not going to happen. You're going to see Trey Lance, and you're going to see him early. And this is really different than New England. You heard in his comments, he's the best quarterback right now. And when you give up what San Francisco gave up to get Lance, there is a tremendous amount of pressure to play him, and he doesn't have near the cachet that Bill does to weather that pressure. Now, what I expect to see early is Jimmy Garoppolo start and play, and Trey Lance come in and have a package of plays similar to Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. That would be extremely effective, and I think would help the team significantly, because if you're a defense and you've got to prepare for both styles, the quarterback-driven runs that Lance gives you versus Garoppolo and the drop-back stuff, that's a headache. It's a problem. It gets Lance reps early. It gets him meaningful reps. It lets him contribute, and it pacifies the fan base until he's the starter.
I disagree, guys. Look, Brandon, you said the best man. The best man is Jimmy G. Period. The end. Jimmy G's problem is he can't stay healthy. I get it. He's not an all-pro and all that. But it's proven you win with Jimmy G. Your boy Dusty, Brandon, went behind your back and cooked up a little something for me. Look at with Jimmy G. They're 22-8 over the last 4 years. This is Kyle Shanahan coached all these games. When he doesn't have Jimmy G, they're 7-27. They are a bad football team without Jimmy G, and they're a Super Bowl team.
So why does he keep flirting with all these other quarterbacks?
Because he can't stay healthy. I don't blame them. He can't stay healthy. That's his main problem. And Coach may be right in that. Look, Jimmy G comes out, they're 5-2. He's playing well, and he gets hurt. And then you see Trey Lance. I mean, that could very well happen because that's been his history. But if they're both healthy, it's Jimmy G in a landslide.
Yeah, Patriot great, 22-8. Coach, I'm going to throw a quick question for you. I know we're up against the break.